All I can hear is a police helicopter going around because I do live in the hood. So excuse that. Hi everyone, it's been a while. You want to see what I've been up to? Keep on watching. First off, apologies if you can hear a helicopter. That is a police helicopter going around. My bad. Hope everyone's well. So this is just going to be a quick catch up, and I have a mini Lovecrafts haul. I have opened this already, just for ease. Anyway, I have been, yet again, I am just so sick of it, really unwell. I've had really bad tonsillitis. Ended up on antibiotics. Most tonsillitises are viral. I'll give you a quick tonsillitis lesson now. Most tonsillitises are viral, but mine went on for ages and ages. And I just woke up one morning, I was like, oh my god, my throat's really sore. I had to look in the mirror with the old phone torch. I was like, you have got tonsillitis. Got Megan to double check, and she's like, girl, that's definitely tonsillitis. The usual swollen tonsil spots, gunk, the lot. Disgusting. So painful. Anyway, I didn't bother doing anything about it. I just took paracetamol, ibuprofen, and it was ongoing and it didn't go. So normally tonsillitis goes within like 3-4 days. This kept going on and on and on, and it cleared up on one side, but on this side it was still really painful. And I woke up the other morning, all my glands were swollen, horrific earache, obviously because your eustachian tube from your ear to your throat, all that's like connected down here, and it was all really painful, really swollen, had all blisters in the back of my throat. I was like, I need to make a GP appointment. Anyway, went to the GP, and they were like, yes, you do have tonsillitis. You actually have tonsillitis really bad. I need to do your OBS, your physical OBS. So he did my BP, all that was fine. And then he put the pulse oximeter on my finger, and he was like, I think I'm going to have to refer you to ENT to get seen now, because this is really bad. I was like, buckle up, buttercup, because that ain't happening. I am not going. So my pulse was 180, which is... And I said to him, I begged him, I was like, my pulse runs naturally really high anyway. As soon as I see a pulse oximeter, like the little thing they put on your finger, my pulse skyrockets, because I know my pulse is being checked. And I have an infection, so my pulse is going to be high anyway. My temperature was fine, but the rest of my obs were fine, my rests were fine. I didn't have any of the red flag symptoms of tonsillitis, like excessive drooling, not being able to, basically quinsy, could open my mouth, etc, etc. And he was like, well, first line defense of tonsillitis is Pen V. And I was like, ugh. So Pen V is a type of antibiotic, it's a type of penicillin, and it can be brutal, but luckily it's been fine. The only problem I've had with it is trying to get all 4 doses in, because there's a lot of doses. This helicopter's right out there. A lot of doses, it's in one day, and you can't eat. You need to take an hour before food and 2 hours after food, so it's kind of a bit of a juggling act getting it all in. Anyway, I am so much better now. I never realised how poorly tonsillitis makes you. I was wiped out, and I still do look a bit hanging, but this is real life. This is me. And because it is autumn going into winter, my mood has dropped massively. And my anxiety is getting a bit out of control, to the point where I needed to give my head a wobble. I'm just being honest. This isn't for sympathy, this is just in case anybody else feels the same, and just to know that you're not on your own. My anxiety was so bad, the fact that I was not leaving the house, because I had these really ridiculous thoughts, like, I'm gonna crash my car, I'm gonna do this, what if this happens? And I was like, give your head a wobble, this needs to stop. The only place I was going to was work and back, and I was really entering hermit mode, where I didn't want to leave my bed, duvet over the head kind of thing. And I was like, this is not happening, this needs to stop. So I've kind of given myself a bit of a kick up the backside. But if any of you out there struggle with anxiety that gets worse, or your mood drops around winter, I feel you. I swear that helicopter is right above. Anyway, that's the boring, depressing stuff. Oh my god, it's literally shaking my summer house. That's what happens when you live in the hood. I have one of my patients at work asked me to make him a scarf in the colours of Wimbledon, not the Wimbledon football team, the Wimbledon tennis. So I waited for Lovecrafts because they do often have sales on their paint box yarn. So I've been hanging on and waiting to get this yarn until it was in the sale. I do have a 30% off code for, oh excuse me, Lovecrafts. I will leave it in the link below. It just gives you 30% off your first order, I think, and I'll also link these. So it's my little stashy stash. I got 3 balls, skeins of each colour. So this is Wimbledon the tennis, not Wimbledon the football club. So the first one is this one. It does look a bit blue on this screen. I don't know how it's going to come out on the normal screen, but it is like a purpley colour. It is shade number xxxx. 347, and I got the Simply Chunky. So he wants it striped, but not striped short ways, striped long ways. So I haven't got a pattern. I am just gonna chain, I'll Google how long a scarf is. I'll just chain that length. I think I'm probably gonna do Suzette stitch just to make it look a bit more interesting, and interesting for me, because sitting there doing like doubles or trebles is just going to bore the pants off of me. So I've got 3 of this purpley colour, and I also got 3 of this Wimbledon kind of green. So this is colour 329. They do have names, I will link them down below, but obviously on the label it just has the code for the colour. So that is what I'm going to be making. Yeah, I've just been really struggling and just finding things really difficult at the moment, and like I said, that's not for sympathy, it's just how it is. I've been reading loads. If anyone wants any good book recommendations, I read My Best Friend's Exorcism, I will leave a picture here somewhere, by Grady Hendrix. Absolutely loved it, could not put it down. Very 1980s, very kind of slasher movie, like 1980s horror. And then I read this Southern, oh my god, what's it called? The Southern Book Club Guide to Slaying Vampires, which is again by Grady Hendrix. I will leave it here, it's probably here already. And that is kind of a follow-up to My Best Friend's Exorcism, because it's set in the same time, but you don't have to have read My Best Friend's Exorcism to read it, and I read that in 2 days. I am currently reading Demon Copperhead, can't remember the author, we'll leave a picture here, which is a retelling of David Copperfield. And my patient lent me the book that I'm making a scarf for, because we're both readers and we talk about books loads. So he's lent me that, it's really good. It's got quite dark humour. Although it's really sad, he's kind of trying to make light of the situation that he is in. So that is what I have been up to. I am going to try and get my act together and make some crochet tutorials. I will probably make a tutorial for the scarf, but I won't do the whole thing. I'll just do a little sample piece. Because otherwise it's going to be hundreds of chains long, and that's just ridiculous. I will tell you how many chains to chain. That is it. That's like all I've been up to really. Hope everyone's well. And I have also been working on something that should be out soon. It's a bit cryptic. Hopefully I'll get it finished at the weekend and I'll be able to do a video on that, which is something that I've been wanting to do for ages, and it's taken me ages to do it. That's really not making much sense, but anyway, that is it. Sorry about the ramble, sorry about the police helicopter, and I will speak to you all soon. Happy crocheting and bye bye.